Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and it's been one heck of a Tuesday. Not as good as a Monday. Yesterday was the best Monday ever. It was a good date to turn 48. I am back, a day older, and not really wiser, unfortunately. But certainly am here to hang out and to stream and to 3D print a print-in-place R2-D2. I'm all about print-in-place tonight, I think. This is a Fab 365 model, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'm going to try print it out. If only because tonight I plan on assembling the Fix'em Dude Imperial Shuttle that he sent me for my birthday that I did want to print out for certain, but it's even better when you've got an authentic Fix'em Dude model in hand. Let me go ahead and flip the view so you see some of the parts have already fallen out, unfortunately, but not fortunate. They're here. They're on my desk. But I do have the shuttle model that I'm going to be building here tonight. That's the big deal right there. No. It's all good. It's all good. The two pieces that have fallen away are here. It happens. It's okay. They're supposed to. You don't want the pieces to hold on tight or too tight, right? You want them to be loose. Tonight I'm printing with Jesse PLA. It is a glitter gold, yeah? A golden winter glitter. Golden winter glitter. And it's nice. I've already printed the feet for R2-D2. This is like a yellow gold. Probably my favorite Jesse PLA so far. I like it a lot. And so I thought, okay, I'll do a gold R2-D2. But I had to do it at 75% because otherwise I don't know if I would have been able to get it to rotate properly on my Mini at 100%. I'm like, okay, 75%, not a big deal. The only thing that will be lacking, I won't be able to more easily use PLA to connect tubes down here that the holes were specifically milled for, or cut out really for, I think 1.75 inch. The diameter of a PLA strand, right? But I scaled it down 75%. So this R2-D2 is probably not going to have the cables, but theoretically, if it prints okay, I'll be okay. I should be fine. I'm hoping I'll be fine. I can tell you I'm very fine with Star Wars mazes. Jedi recently got into mazes, and they just released a new Star Wars mazes book that's brand new. Like, they just released it, had it on pre-order, and of course I got two, just in case, right? One to keep in perfect condition, and one just in case Jedi wants to draw in the mazes. So it's amazing, and what's so cool is that it's Star Wars mazes. They're not super easy. They're a tiny bit complex, right? With the art, you don't want them to be too simple. This is really a mazes book for advanced mazers. There's probably a better word for the people who do mazes, but I think it's amazing to have a new Star Wars game book. I consider it a game book. Theoretically, it'll drop in price at some point because I think anytime you put Star Wars on something, it's automatically more expensive. Still, it's good to have in the collection. And then the only other thing I got today that I wanted to try live on Twitch with everybody here, some red, white, and blue Oreos. Now, this is not just an Oreo cookie. As you can see by the label, it's got popping candy. And yes, it's vegan. So these are special Oreo cookies, like triple layer stuff, red, white, and blue. I thought, why not? Because, by the way, $2. So I got it like half off. That's the key right there. Because I want to say originally it was like $4 or whatever. Oreos aren't cheap, which is kind of shocking to me. Hang on. Let me get this. And by the way, if anybody's looking for advice, feel free to ask away. If not, I've got a little bit of advice that I'd like to give tonight, just in case. Really can't. Boy. There we go. I guess I'll put it like that. Here we go. So can you see the red, white, and blue Oreo? You can see the red. You can see the blue in there. The blue is in there. It looks tasty. Glad I landed, but only for $17.09. Pop Rocks and Oreos. What will they think of next? Kurt, I totally agree. There's that. Cheapest found Oreos. Family size pack for $2.50 at Fred Meyer. Well, I go to Fred Meyer, but I usually only get the manager specials. So, got that on manager special. Cheap Oreos. Vegan. Okay, now we're going to try a Pop and Rock Oreo. That's fun! Yeah! That's like a firecracker in your mouth. A sugar firecracker? It's a sugar cracker. Mmm. That's fun! Y'all gotta try one of these. Mmm. Oreo cookie popping candy, yeah. It works. Does the stuff look like Aquafresh? That's a deep blue, not necessarily a light blue. You know what? That was so much fun. I'm gonna have another one. Every other cookie is going to be boring now. Oh, do I have the link to the R2D2 print? I do. It's free. Give me a second. Copying it to the clipboard. Pasting it here. Who was asking? Oh, Sioris. There you go. There you go, Sioris. The popping candy doesn't happen immediately. It happens like kind of on a small delay, but it's good. I love it because it's an Oreo cookie, a lot of stuff inside, and it's vegan. And then the popping candy. You gotta try one. You got to. Yes, you could, like, eat an Oreo cookie and then throw Pop Rocks into your mouth. It's basically the same thing. But it's good. It's fun. That's really creative. I wonder how they came up with that. Thank you, Vixen Dude. I'm gonna download that, get it shared on social. I'm gonna say Pop Rocks plus Oreos equals. There we go. Thank you so much, Fix'em Dude. Perfect clip. Of course, now I need some kind of water to wash it down, but I'll get it in a bit. First, I want to flip over and start building the Lambda class Imperial Shuttle kit card. Really appreciate Fix'em Dude sending everything along. This is one of the things that I definitely wanted to print because I'm a fan of the Imperial Shuttle. I probably still have mine from the vintage days, but it's probably not in good shape, and I'd have to repurchase at a higher quality. I just haven't gone back and like repurchased a lot of the vintage vehicles. It hasn't necessarily been a priority. Oh, Kurt, thank you so much for the screenshots. Yeah, for sure. Because I was planning on doing like the screenshots of the close up and the screenshots of the Oreo thing. I mean, there's not a lot tonight. I don't have a lot going on here, which is fine. I'm going to do the Lambda class shuttle, and then this will continue printing. I've got about an hour left. Yeah, 55 minutes. Let's go ahead and change the data here. R2D2 52. And then the countdown timer is 55. There we go. It's about an hour left or so. Here's the view here. I'm very grateful that I got the instructions printed as well. Fix'em Dude thought of everything. He's like he like knows everything. For reals. Regal looking filament. I agree. This is the Jesse PLA, and like I was like, you know, I just saw it. I'm like, what do I want to print this in? I'm like, well, I do have a gold R2D2 now that I opened, right? But I thought, well, why not another gold R2D2? I probably should have chosen a different one, but I gotta remember I have downstairs. Well, if you didn't know, I have a shelf of C3PO and R2D2 things, and so C3PO is gold, but I thought, oh, how am I gonna get that off? I'm gonna have to. I think I may have to like snip that off. Oops, sorry. Earthquake. Yes, Tech Talk. You can download Fix'em Dude's stuff. You need to clip that for your wife. You do. So it's funny, like some of the things snapped off, but there we go. The other ones need a little bit of work. Maybe I don't need to use the Darth Vader scissors. You love a model Spaceball 1, but it'd be too much to build? Really? I did Spaceball, well, Spaceball 1 I guess I didn't do. I did the Winnebago a while ago. Ow. This is like, these are great gifts, by the way. If you want to know, if you're like, oh, what do I give? What kind of gift should I give? Print out a Fix'em Dude model and give that as a gift. I don't want to like push that too hard, but it's like there are a lot of even better ones out there, especially the recent ones. Models have really upped their game. Yeah, they have. That's right. The Marvel figures released September 1st, right around the corner. I usually buy all of my Lego minifigures en masse. I buy them usually as a set, a full set. I'm honored that Fix'em Dude would send these to me. This is fantastic. Yeah, I'm doing some wiggling, but like it was that wiggle was a little more challenging than other wiggles, I think. Of course, leave it to me to do things wrong. I love doing things wrong. That's like I'm known for it, right? Spaceballs is a good movie to rewatch. I watched last night the A Quiet Place Part 2 or Quiet Place 2. It wasn't as good as the first one, I think, because you kind of knew where it was going, so it wasn't as interesting. They go a minifigure advent. Oh, they have a minifigure advent calendars every year. That's not a surprise. There's nothing surprising about that. You liked Greg use your favorite wiggle? What was it? Was it Ralph and Clancy? Chauncey. What was Chief Wiggum's first name? Chauncey? Clancy? I'm blanking on it. There we go. Was it Clancy? Okay. I wasn't too far off. Give me credit for that. Doo-doo-doo. If I could create a minifigure set, what would it be? Star Wars. Jabba's Palace. No joke. I would do a Jabba's Palace set. Don't be surprised if they ever create one of those on their own. How could I guess, how could I print 75% of a 1.75 inch scale? Because I had to shrink the R2D2 down, right? And I'm looking for the tubes, but how could I make I wouldn't be able to print it without it. I may be hosed. Alright. Take part D and part F. Alright, here we go. Facing outward. Building a shuttle. Building a shuttle. Thanks to Fix Some Dude. Building it now. Okay, G and H. G and H. Okay. It's kind of got a slot there at the top. There we go. Perfect. Now we take this. Do that. And then A. This there. Okay, is this... Can't tell if that's a support yet. Is that a support? Yeah, it is. Not a support, but a little prong. There we go. Thank you, Fix 'em Dude. Fix 'em Dude knows. Because it's his model. Alright. Like that. Yeah. Okay. You know, growing up, I did not do a lot of models. But if I did models, they were this kind of model, like a snap together kind of kit. That's supposed to be loose? This is pretty loose. Oh, because it probably is yet to... Oh, that's a support too. I may have to glue that down, huh? Alright. Love the details on this. Love the details. Gotta go in at an angle. There we go. Looks a little loose. It's the first ones you printed in your Mini after you fixed it. Yeah, it's... I mean, it's not loose. It's that the, like, basically the cabin up here, there's no locking mechanism. Which isn't a big deal, because it's probably not going to get a lot of play. Like, even with the wing being a little loose there. But that's basically it. I have now built the Imperial Shuttle. Oops. Yeah, I think even when I did the, hang on, this one, I had to glue the pieces in. I had to glue them in place. So. Heyo, Bryn, how'd you get a tier 1 sub? Well, Mine37388 gifted it yesterday on my birthday. You can thank Mine37388. They gave it to you. So what I'm gonna have to do is, this is durable as a type. No, it's durable. Like there's only so much you can do. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna glue the, I'm gonna glue these pieces in place, and then, and then it'll be a little more solid. I have no problem doing that. Because I had to do it with the other model too. But these are great gifts. This is a fun gift. It's a fun print. This is kind of fun. I mean, I like the whole idea of the print in place in general. Oh, yeah. I'm going to need glue. Yeah. I okay. This is how you disassemble the shuttle. Yeah, I'm going to need to glue. There will need to be some glue glued in place. No, you have not missed the Lego walk. There's not been the Lego walk. Yeah, I gotta go get the bag, don't I? Should probably do that before I do the advice, huh? So I gotta figure out what I'm going to be gluing here. Oops. I gotta be methodical about this. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna glue these pieces in place. Oops, gotta get that in there. Glue these things in place. The front, back, side, top. And then do the wings next. So I'm gonna glue things together. Not gonna do that right now, but I will. I will do it. At least not that I know of right now. We'll see how the evening wears on. We shall see. But this is great. I'm a huge fan of this. Always loved. I didn't break it. Always loved the Imperial shuttle. Always. The shuttle Tidarium, as I recall, affectionately known as the shuttle Tidarium. So thank you, Fix'em Dude, for that birthday gift. Yeah, I don't even know about the top. I mean, if you want it to be completely snapped, sorry, I will flip views here in a second. If you wanted to snap into place, then I'd imagine you'd want a little more tightness. But as it stands, I mean, it's viable. So is this glittery gold. All that glitters is gold. Wow. This is a really nice model. I hope this comes together too, because it's another... You take it off the plate and kind of like rearrange things, snap them together. And I'm hoping it comes out okay, because again, it's at 75% of the original model size. So there's a distinct possibility that something won't work. And if it doesn't, well, then I get a upcycle. But like, this is a nice filament. I probably should have tested with another filament color before using this one, because this one's very nice. It's very nice. Eclipse Empire, totally agree. Anyone know what's on the printer? Looks like R2. Yes, this is what's on the printer from fab365.net. Take a look at that. Celestial Feces. It is not Janet. It is the Fab 365. Sorry, I'm like reading backwards. Usually you helmets and props, but I love that I can totally print it for my desk at work. Yeah, I mean, this is at 75%, unfortunately, because I don't know if I could have arranged it to be 100%. I probably could have done something diagonal, and it would have worked. Actually, I bet a diagonal would have worked, but oh well. I'm doing a 75%. Alright, I'm going to get the Lego. I'm going to get the Lego, if you don't mind, and be back for the Lego walk. Alright, here we go. Oops, I need to do something else too. We're gonna walk over here. Socks. the Lego Walk of Shame. This is
Nilla Gorillas just resubscribed for 3 months.
Well, thank you so much, Nilla Gorillas. This is your reward for getting 2 level 5 hype trains yesterday in one stream. Granted, y'all pushed through 4 level 5 hype trains yesterday, which is incredible. Okay, here we go. Don't try this at home. Ah! Ah! Ow! Ow! No! Jesus! Okay, now I'm gonna walk on backwards. Ow! Ah! Ow! Yeah! 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 Ah! Forward! Ah! Yeah! Ah! Ow! Ah! Ah! And now I'm gonna do it sideways. Ow! 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 Owie! 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 Ow! 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 Owie! Owie! Okay. Okay, that's enough. Okay. We're going back to the print because ow! 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 Is that? How is that? Ow! What is? Oh. Ugh. Ugh. Why? Because I made it a thing a while ago. Like if we got through 2 level 5 hype trains in an evening, then I would do a Lego walk barefoot, and so now it's a tradition. Tradition, tradition, da 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 da. Lego walk. Tradition, tradition, da 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 da. Lego walk. Dun dun da 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 da. Celestial Feces, thank you so much. You have been foiled, Deviously Mango. Shame on you. Trying to freeze me. Posture check again. Fair enough. My feet are good. Stretch. For now. Thank you so much for the cheer. Whew. Oh, I really need this stretch. I've got these Oreo cookies just like taunting me off to the side. I'm like, do I have another one? They're really tasty. They're really good. They're really yummy. We got an ad at the chat, so that is going to happen. We have now successfully at-atted the chat-at. I have my advice that I would like to share with everybody tonight, unless anybody's looking for any specific advice, some life advice from me. If not, I've got the topic queued up in my head, as it were. The only other thing I was going to do was possibly open the figure of the day. Figure of the day! It's a figure of the day. The Hoth Ice Planet adventure game for 2 to 4 players. Not as interesting as the figure that's inside. I have to open it because I'm going to be selling the actual game. I don't care about the game, I just want the figure. I can recoup costs. Okay. Now I can recoup those costs. This is the figure. There we go. There's Luke Skywalker figure for posterity, not for posterior. Kurt was able to take screenshots before of the various things, I think, yeah. Anybody? Because Liz is kind of busy with a few different things. She's going to be seeing her parents after all this time. I'm very happy for her. So there's this. Then I'm going to open it. Like I said, thank you so much, Kurt. Great job. But I planned on opening it. There is unparalleled joy that I experience anytime I open a Star Wars figure. Anytime. Day or night. Like, this is it for me. This is like the beginning and the end of joy. Like, yeah, we've got Luke, Snowspeeder Luke. And you know what? First glance, you're like, oh wait, that's TIE Pilot Luke. Well, not really. There are very subtle differences, and the reason I wanted to have him open is because I've got the other original vintage collection retro figures open, and I'm collecting them, or I have been collecting them, and I needed to have the Luke standing alongside the Grand Moff Tarkin, because the Grand Moff Tarkin was the other one that came with the board game, the retro figure, loose figure. The only way to get, I mean, I already have the figure itself in its original case, but to have it loose is fun and fantastic. Okay, so Luke, you're gonna stand right there. You're gonna guard. I'll take a screen grab of you later potentially, unless Kurt got it. There's a couple other ones I may want to grab. It doesn't show up that well. All right, you're gonna stand over there. Retro. Woo! Old Star Wars figures. Love them, love them, love them. Can't get enough of them. From a galaxy far, far away comes a Chris that had a birthday and is secretly Papa Palpatine. That's right. Go for Papa Palpatine. Alright, so now, if you could all hold off on the drops and everything. I'm just queuing them up. Just in case. Because the reason why is because I plan on clipping this part of the video out to upload to YouTube, because it's my intent every day until my next birthday, you know, a full year from now, basically every day upload a new advice video. And so every day a different bit of advice. And so if you have questions or you're looking for advice from me, life advice, feel free to ask. I want to answer. So with that said, again, life advice. I am not the same person today as I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, certainly 40 years ago. I'm old enough to say that I'm not the same person I was 40 years ago. And pretty soon I'll be able to say I'm not the same person I was 50 years ago. But day to day, month to month, hour to hour, year to year, I change. We all change. And that's normal. That's natural. There are certain things I believe today that I did not believe when I was younger. And when I say younger, I'm thinking like 20s, right? Still discovering the world. Still learning a lot about myself. Still trying to figure things out. And now that I am twice the legal age, or well over twice the legal age for drinking in this country, I can tell you my life has changed. I have had different experiences, and experiences ultimately are what shape us. Now, the experiences I've gone through are radically different from the experiences you've gone through. And you might remember, or care to learn, that learning is a lifelong process. It does not just begin and end inside the classroom. In fact, I will go as far as to say that most of what I learned, and certainly mastered, happened well outside of any kind of educational system I ever had the luxury of going through. I wouldn't call it a luxury, but still appreciate having the education I had. You have a power inside of you that's not always easy to tap into. And in this instance, I'm going to give you the freedom, the ability to change your mind about anything, because you have that flexibility. You have that power to change your mind. It's not easy to do. Because our life was built upon experiences, things that we went through, things that we learned, and sometimes it's difficult to unlearn that which we have learned. It's possible. How does that happen? Well, an experience. Someone may explain something to you that is radically different from your worldview, and initially you may push back. In fact, that's probably your initial instinct. Me? If someone confronted me with, information, data, research, science that kind of flew in the face of my worldview, yeah, initially it would be jarring. And I probably reject it, as would most of us. If that wasn't our experience, and yet we were told that the experience we went through is not necessarily indicative of the truth that we see laid before us, whatever that happens to be. But growth happens. Time passes. And with that, minds can, and in many instances, should change. So I'm giving you the freedom to change your mind and to change your heart. Hopefully for the better. And I'm giving you that freedom because, often we'll find ourselves trapped in the idea that, no, this is the way it was done. Tradition! Tradition! No, well, just because a whole bunch of dead people used to do it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way it should be done or should be seen or should be perceived. And maybe just experiencing or witnessing or listening to someone else's worldview could potentially further expand upon our worldview, give us a different insight into our own experiences, or potentially see those experiences through a different lens and vicariously potentially change our position, change our mind, because we may very well be moved. And I'm sitting here telling you, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay. In fact, I would say it's more natural not to be the same person today as you were 10 years ago. In fact, I kind of think it's a little, I'm not going to say sad, but what is the word I'm looking for? Distressing? Okay, I'll say that. It's distressing to me were I to discover that you are the same person today as you were 10 years ago. Because 10 years is a long time. And I can tell you, I absolutely am not. Because growth happens. And sometimes you have to let growth happen. But to let growth happen, you have to be able and willing to change your mind. You have to be open and willing to listen. And that doesn't mean that all things out there are equal, and one belief is equal to another, and one opinion is equal to another, and one worldview is equal to another. What I'm saying is that by allowing yourself the freedom to change your mind, you will have an easier time accommodating change. Because change happens. And if you don't believe the world has changed in the past decade, take a look at the technology you have around you. Just average technology, right? Guarantee that's changed. Now, you may be using the same tech as you were 10 years ago, fine. If it's still working for you, great. But the rest of the world has kind of moved on. Is that going to push you in a different worldview, potentially? I don't think so. That's not really how technology works. But what I'm saying is that things change around us slowly and over time. But if we still find ourselves locked within the same person we were 10 years ago, there may be a bit of discomfort. And we may not be able to put a finer point on it, right? Like, why am I sad? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling now? I wasn't always this way. Why? This is something that I used to enjoy. Or this is something that I understood, and now I no longer understand it, or I no longer enjoy it. There could be a variety of reasons. I'm not saying this is the only reason, but it is entirely possible that the world has changed. And sometimes it's difficult to let go of the past in order to embrace the present and the future. Certainly, you wouldn't want to eschew anything that's laying in front of you simply because you are uncomfortable. Because you may be missing out on an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to expand your horizons, an opportunity to change. Especially when change is warranted. It's not always the case. But what brought this about specifically was people seem to be upset at science. Like there are some legitimately angry people out there today who are upset because science changed its mind, its collective mind, right? Well, wait a minute. They weren't saying that this was okay 6 months ago. Well, why are they saying it's okay now? Well, in case no one's explained it to you, but it's kind of how science works. Evidence, research, study, the scientific method, testing, and in many cases, the future is malleable and will continue to be. We don't know everything about everything. Scientists, very smart. Smarter than me. I'm only an expert in being myself. But even they know what they don't know. And they know that they have to adapt to the data. And the data could be interpreted 7 ways from Sunday, I'm sure, to make an estimate, to make the best guess for the best possible outcome, especially when it involves people. So it's a little disconcerting. I seem to be using these words that I'm not sure if that those are the words that they're most appropriate for how I'm feeling about this, or what I'm thinking in relation to this. But it's disconcerting for people to not give scientists the freedom to change because the science changed, the methodologies changed, the analysis changed, and there could be better outcomes. Like that's how it's supposed to work. It's never going to be written in stone. Like there's a reason there are a lot of scientific theories because we don't necessarily know, and we're in a constant state of not necessarily knowing. And to some people that might be a little scary. To other people it's reassuring, and I happen to fall into the reassuring camp. I'm like, well, that's good. Because something could happen that could completely change our worldview, and if we are locked in to a certain view of how things are and how things need to be, we won't be able to adapt, and the world will just keep spinning on without us. So I'm giving you the freedom and the ability to change your mind, change your heart at any point in the future, because something might not be working for you anymore. Something that used to work for you, something that used to be, isn't anymore. And you know what? That's normal. Not necessarily comforting for everybody, but that's normal. Things change. And I'm not saying you have to change everything about your life, but what I'm saying is you have the freedom and ability to change your mind and change your heart. And certainly, vicariously, allowing other people to do the same. Because they are autonomous thinkers. They are autonomous people with their own thoughts and emotions. Not yours. And just because 5 years ago they liked the iPhone doesn't mean that they're always going to like it. And doesn't mean that they like it today, and that's not a problem. And if you have a problem with somebody changing their mind, it's your problem. It's not the problem of the person who changed their mind. I'm using that as a very simple example to better illustrate what typically happens. You get used to someone being the thing that you thought they were, the person you thought they were, based upon their worldview or based upon their beliefs, or based upon the beliefs that you projected onto them. But when you discover that they're different, like, do you hold them accountable for how you viewed them? Do you hold them accountable for your view? How does that work exactly? How can somebody else be responsible for what you think? I would be interested to know, how does that work? Because I don't understand that. Because I believe that when someone believes something, and that's what they believe, that's where they stand, and then they change their mind, you can't get upset at them for changing their mind, because that's supposed to happen. That's normal. It's natural. You've got to give them the freedom to change their mind. Despite who they were, what they were, what they believed in, whether you believe in the same thing or not, they're another person. They're another human being. And especially if they've experienced something that changed them, ostracizing them and castigating them is not the right path forward. Again, this is something that just it sticks in my craw. I don't know where my craw is. I don't want to know where my craw is. But it's irritating when I see individuals who I'm not sure mean well, but don't necessarily allow other people the freedom to change their mind when they've been exposed to a different experience. Nor do I really appreciate when somebody else denies somebody else their experience. Like, I get it. I understand that. Your experience is different from mine. Totally get it. Not everybody does, believe it or not. That speaks more to insecurities than anything. And not from the people who've had different experiences and respect that other people have had different experiences. I'm giving you the freedom to change your mind. Hopefully for the better. Sometimes there's no consequence, right? Like, I used to not like tomatoes, but now I love them. What? No! How could you? How? You weren't that way? Oh! You've changed. You've changed. And when someone says that, they usually mean it as an attack. You've changed. You've changed. When in fact, more often than not, it's a good thing. They've changed. They've learned. They've adapted. They've accommodated. They've listened. They've opened up. They've had the ability to change, which is far more powerful. That ability to change, and I'm not saying transmogrify, I just to adapt and evolve is the wrong word, but to effectively take into account that which you've learned and accommodate. Sometimes that could be scary, especially when what you've learned and what you've experienced challenges your worldview, challenges that which you believed you were comfortable in, and that felt comfortable for you. Change doesn't always come easy, but changing your mind, that fear of that, what happens after you change your mind, shouldn't keep you from changing your mind, because it seems that you've already had a change of heart. And I'm not, of course, talking about science. Science really doesn't have a heart, doesn't need a heart. It's there to be science and data and mathematics. Great, that's awesome. We need that. It has the freedom to change because it needs to. The science will change. So if you heard a report from scientists, the scientists, and what you hear now is different from what you heard 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, that's normal. That's supposed to happen. Okay? We're all doing the best we can. And if we lock ourselves into a certain belief structure, and that's it, permanently written in stone, man, it's going to be a tough future. So keep expanding your horizons. Keep exposing yourself to experiences that you may not think of exposing yourself to, if only to expand your worldview. Listen to others. Especially those who are not like you. The world would be a better place if we listened to people that were not like us. If we heard what they were saying. We saw what they were experiencing. And not, I'm not even going to go as far as empathy. I think hopefully that ship hasn't sailed. But if we could just understand that their experience in the world doesn't negate ours, it's easier for people to accommodate people having a change of heart. It's easier to accommodate other worldviews, and it's certainly easier to accommodate when change happens, whether it's within yourself or with somebody else. So I'm just saying, I just want to give you the freedom to change your mind. That's all. Just please don't. That was the crux of what I wanted to share, because I feel that by being given the freedom to change your mind or change your heart, you may be able to accommodate change that's happening around you anyway, and not holding other people responsible when they aren't really responsible for that change. Let your heart grow, 3 sizes that day. Maybe you already feel something. Okay? Well, if other people are upset with that, that's their problem. If you feel a certain way, that's you. That's what your mind is telling you. That's what your heart is telling you. Go with it. Unless, of course, it brings harm to yourself or others. All the disclaimers. I'm talking about just knowing that you need to make a change. Only you know you need to make a change. Follow your heart. Follow your mind. You've got the freedom to change it. Everybody out there does. Or at least I'm telling you, you do. Blanket statement, obviously, but as I said, I'm just an expert in being myself. I'm an expert in changing my mind and changing my heart, and I'm very proud of that. I know a lot of people who just don't and won't and are angry about it, but life is change. Accept it and be happier, or deny it and probably live a life that's extremely frustrating. So, good luck with that. Hopefully a little bit of this resonated with one or two of y'all. Maybe it makes you feel a little better. Maybe it kind of wakes you up to the idea that you can change your mind or your heart about something. I like talking about this kind of stuff. So, it's kind of what I do. If you have any specific life advice you might be looking for, throw it out there. Happy to respond. I've got a few questions already in the queue, and very happy to go over them in future segments here. Streaming live on Twitch. You never know what's going to happen, apart from me going off on a tear and talking about things. But I guarantee this: 10 years from now, if I'm still doing the same things on Twitch, I'm probably facing a problem. I shouldn't do the same thing 10 years from now. If Twitch is even still around. Will it be around? I don't know. We'll find out. But we gotta wait 10 years. Starting now. You missed the Dear Chris column? Yes, it was about giving people the freedom to change their mind. To change their heart. Because so many people don't. Especially in I just see a lot of just really short-sighted people. But I thought science was this. I thought scientists were saying that. Like, but the data changed. Like, it's supposed to happen. Hey, Skep, I got a Vader time here. Oh, thank you for the Vader time. Give me a second. Got it going. Here we go. Looks like the R2 legs are about done too. I don't know the song, but I want to be a Care Bear. Oh, it would be so great to when I'm a Care Bear. Oh, I can hardly wait to be a Care Bear and do the things Care Bears do. Oh, I want to be a Care Bear like you do. I'll be like Funshine and make the sunshine and have heart like Love-A-Lot. I'll be like Wish Bear and always be there. We'll be the luckiest bears in Care-A-Lot. I want to be a Care Bear and fill the world with love. To be a Care Bear is what I'm dreaming of. I don't know that song. I probably heard it before, but it's not like burned into my brain. Robin Williams was supposed to be the voice of Howard the Duck? Really? Oh, that would have turned out to be a different movie. Like, radically different. In every way, that would have been different. I'm one of the very few who actually liked Howard the Duck. Not a lot of people liked Howard the Duck. Me, personally, absolutely. I haven't watched it in years. It would probably be a very fun rewatch, although finding where to rewatch it, I probably have to dig a little deeper. All right, Skep, I'm glad, and am I saying your username correctly? Please correct me if I'm wrong. You've never seen it, Kurt? Oh my God, now it's a cult classic. Oh, Howard the Duck was so good. It's on Disney Plus? No, there are some adult scenes on in Howard the Duck. If so, it would be worth a rewatch. Okay, cool. I'm right, Skep. Thank you. Anybody, always feel free to correct me. We got about 10 minutes left on this print. Boy, that just kind of flew by. That's what happens when I go on a tear. It was just a callback to Liz's trick she played on Chris last. What? Wait, what? What? What'd I do? What happened? What's going on? The Care Bear? Cute, deviously mango. Deviously mango. He's tearing up Discord, posting photoshops. Gosh, I hope this works. I'm a little nervous because it's at 75%. And the model doesn't seem to have everything that I saw in the instructions. But we shall see. What are you talking about, Photoshop? Okay, GIMP? Oops. There we go. Oops. Ah! I'm having problems keeping up with everything here. Oh, those are stream screenshots? Sure they are. On Behind the Attraction Star Tours, originally they were going to do a black hole attraction at Disney parks to Star Wars and move Star Wars because of how poorly Black Hole performed at the box office. Probably the right move. Yeah, I don't see why you would think those were altered in any way. Yeah, I know, Fix 'em, dude. Just, they looked a little illegitimate. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. It's all about the... I was going to do something else. Okay, I did the model. Did the Oreos. I thought I was going to do something else, and now I can't remember what else. I did the advice. If that counts as advice. I think it might count as advice. There we go. They look pretty official to you. It's got Star Wars in there. I know, Kurt. If it's got Star Wars, it's absolutely legit. Don't be surprised. You're shocked that Pee Wee Herman, the voice of Star Tours host, the robot? You're talking about DJ. DJ Rex? Or just Rex? I really like this filament a lot. I hope this R2-D2 turns out. Although, like I said, how can I... Fix 'em, dude, you might know. How could I effectively get the 75% scale for these holes? Because otherwise I can't get cables. Or maybe it's just going to have to go without holes. Or without the cables in the front. Damn. Because I'd say I'd print something out, but I don't think, once it's printed, I don't think it's going to be as flexible, unfortunately. You thought it was Paul Rubens? Well, it was Paul Rubens. It wasn't really... Ha! It wasn't really Pee-wee. That was another good movie. I enjoyed Pee-wee's Big Adventure. A drill bit? A drill bit would, like, blow it out. A drill bit would, like, totally destroy it. The next thing I need to print, too, I need to print, like, clips for the filament when I store it. I've been trying to keep an eye. I found a good one, but I'm not sure which filament color I want to use. Tequila. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. Ja ba ba ba. Ja ba ba ba. Ja Dun 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 dun. Thank you. All right. I was wondering how long the delay was. Yeah. In the basement of the Alamo. When I went to the Alamo after that, like, as an adult, I didn't ask. I should have asked. I'm like, excuse me, how do I get to the basement? Hey, Adeline, good to see ya. Coming at the right time. Tequila. You were horrified with the clowns picking up the bike. See, that's a movie that I feel could have aged well. Maybe at some point I'll be able to watch it with Jedi. Maybe. I'm a little worried that she won't want to watch a lot of this stuff, and I feel she'll miss out on a lot. Doing my best. Dun 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 dun. Great. Now that song's in my head. Thanks. That's exactly what I did not need in my head today at all. Oof. Yeah, we're about done. 98%, 2 minutes left. Yeah, I wanna... You know what? I have earned another Popping Rocks Oreo cookie. If only because I'm gonna have to vacuum suck this for Diana. Because otherwise I'll eat it. Wait, hold on. Why? Why hold on? Pop Rocks Oreos, yeah. I showed them. If you go over to... Hop over to Discord. You'll see a screenshot. I got them on sale. Look in Cantina. Kurt posted the photos. These are like American, like red, white, and blue Oreo cookies with like triple stuff. But they got Pop Rocks in them. So it's like fireworks in your mouth. And they're good. Is there enough room around the holes to scrap them out a little with an X-Acto? Possibly. Or maybe with one of my picks. I just don't know. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Boy, y'all gotta try Pop Rock Oreos. You have to. Just get David Randolph to make you some 75% filament. There you go. This is a really nice color. This is easily my favorite printed solid color. And again, I hope this R2-D2 works. Even though, like I said, I do already have a golden R2-D2, the licensed one. I probably could have grabbed another color, but I'm like, oh, what could I do? I'll do a gold R2-D2. Here we go. And even if it's scrapped for Meltdown, they will make fun models. Da, 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 da. Go. All right, let's see how this works. Ah. Hey, GMV. And everybody, you don't believe you're a part of the Discord? Oh, hey, Server Squirrel, yeah, join. You'll definitely have a special role over there because you're a sub. I probably could get a lot better with getting subs extra bonuses with like emotes and whatnot. I thought about locking down Kappa gens to subs. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. So it looks like there's no bottom layer. So be very careful. Because the last thing you want to do is snap anything here. No. All this is going to take is one freaking mistake. There we go. No. The only one that's not going there is the bottom one. Not wanting to. Speaking of exacto, kyber crystals, which ones? You're gonna have to be a lot more specific about the kyber crystals. Which one? Which kyber crystal turn out? Which one are you asking about? Which one? From last night? Turned out well. One the red one? I should do another gold one, huh? See, this is the previous gold one, less yellow. It's just this one last piece that doesn't want to. Snap. No. Crap. I'm afraid. No! Schmidt. Just don't want this to snap. It's okay, the bottom part won't be. See, I fear it's gonna snap. Especially if he's... Yeah, I know. That was my concern about scaling it down. This was my specific concern, but I don't know if I could have done it any other way with the size of it. Unfortunately, he doesn't make him mini friendly. Not that he should. The problem is I can't. It's not budging at all. This one piece, the last piece. This last freaking piece, man. Oops. Careful, do not want to slice myself. I don't know, man. I guess I can hope everything else snaps into place. It's really on there. It is really on there. I need to shut up against it somehow with it. Nope, that's too thick. My only hope is that if I snap it, it's not going to be... Okay, I snapped it off because it's not coming off, dude. Now, my only other hope... is that I can bend it up. Yeah, this was not going to move. This was not going to move. Well, this was basically the linchpin to... Let's go take that out then, I guess. how's that? He does not give a lot of wiggle room. Well, another one. Oh, I see. So I can snap this in. Wait a minute. How's that supposed to... Oh, that's a hinge. Oh boy. I'm having the same problems here. Okay, there's that. And this hinge doesn't look like it printed very well. This hinge is probably going to pop off. Alright. Maybe. But let's see if I can get it together. If not, so much for the attempt. This other one just seems too long. It's really bizarre. Like, there's one area here. It's got, like, it doesn't have enough. It's like, it's too long. The other ones are too short. It's all the same scale, too. That's what's bizarre. But there's no freaking way. How does it... Okay. Think we might have done it. Although it's definitely gonna need some glue. And this will not work now because the strut cap popped off. Dang it. Boy, these are a little stressful. Stress-inducing. There's that one. Sorry. Ooh, it's really... Oh, jeez. Ah! Boy, even if you get it done, you don't want to touch it, because it's like all over... Well, I love the filament color. Not sure about the model, though. This was far less of a risk than the AT-AT, though. I think I like Fixin' Dude's models a lot more. And this won't snap in because I pushed down on the other thing too freaking hard. Yeah, dude, like, there's no freaking way this thing's gonna balance. It's too weak. And you can't... How the... Okay, I got it together. But the problem is that... Dude. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, people. That's probably the first and last time I'm doing this one. Here we go. Let me show everybody. So it turned out well, or well enough. I mean, model wise, design wise. Kind of disappointed that it did turn out the way it did, unfortunately, because it won't balance very well. I think that I feel I wasted the filament on it. I should have used a different filament color, but it is what it is. Dang it. That's disappointing. I should have gone with like a blue or something crazy. Did I scale it? I did. That's the problem, is that I scaled it. And it's really loose, and even if I didn't scale it, I don't think it would have balanced well at all. But it is what it is. Lesson learned. You know, at least I can, you know, use the different or reuse the filament or melt it down into other Star Wars things. So yeah, I can just tell you I wouldn't be very happy with this at all, like at all. If anything, maybe I'll just keep the R2-D2 head. Because that came out. At least that came out. It's not a total loss, I guess. And the next thing I want to do is get the... I want to do a Vader, but I'm not going to... I'll start that here in a second. At least I can keep the R2-D2 head, right? The dome. That's viable. The other stuff, not so much. Dome is viable. That's a viable keep. The other stuff, scaling might affect the print. I definitely ran into a problem with hinges, and if I didn't run into a problem with hinges, I would have ran into a problem with balance, dude. That even at a larger scale, that wouldn't have balanced well. There was no hinge. We got an ad at the chat, fair enough. I can do that. I can add at the chat. I can do that. Now I need to slice the Vader. Because I'm gonna do a gold Vader. Chassis solid PLA, brim, 15%, slice now. Fix'em dude is correct. Always believe him over me when it comes to 3D printing. Believe anybody over me when it comes to 3D printing. Jesse. Do 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 do. Okay. Sorry. I will have a gold Vader tomorrow to showcase gold. I love the color. Love the color. Man. I feel bad because like, oh man. I basically wasted the color. Or I feel I did. I know some people would say just the opposite, but at least I didn't waste any on supports. So there's that. At least there's that. You're building a custom bladeless fan? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's not a waste if we all learn something along the way. It's true. I learned that I'm probably not going to do another one. And I'm not sure I'm going to do another Fab 365. I like the idea of it. But, I don't know. I like Fix'em Dude's flexies a little more. And the models a little more. Although, obviously, this is a different type of model. A different type of print in place. Not a complete waste. At least I got an R2-D2 dome. Thank you for giving me permission to change my mind. Although, I will tell you right now, it's probably not going to happen. The balance was off, dude. Like, it was way, way off, dude. It was like, it was just teetering. Like, what's the point? I wouldn't be able to get it to stand up. What good's that? As opposed to, like, you know, the little gold dome. That's just, you know, this gold dome. Which turned out well at 0.2 mm layer height. It would have been better at, like, 0.1, but... Would I consider 3D printing a lightsaber or Darth Vader nutcracker? Probably not. I already have a Darth Vader nutcracker. So I'm not sure that's as much of an exercise for me. And I have not done a lightsaber yet either. Like, there's a few things that I just have not done. Those are them. Show what? I already did. I already showed it. I'll have to grab a screenshot of the video later. Of the final print. Oh. But at least I have a place for it. Darth Vader nutcracker sounds like some kind of Sith Jedi move. Kind of is. It's the nut. You don't want to get your nuts cracked by Darth Vader. That is like the last thing you want. You cannot put that on your resume either if you get your nuts cracked by Darth Vader. I tried. It doesn't work. Sorry you missed the screenshot. Oh, don't worry about it, Kurt. I'm going to be grabbing it anyway because I have to download the live video after it's done anyway to clip out the advice video for tomorrow. Has my neighbor dropped off any new designs to print? No. The neighbor kid? No. No, not as such. You're already wanting to buy another printer? I'm happy with one. Now now with this gold on here, I'm thinking, what else could I get in gold? What else could I do in gold? What else do I mean, because I had that gold for a while. Tried a few different things. Of course, now I'm like, yeah, I gotta do the Vader. Gotta do the Vader. Before I forget, I gotta do the Vader. A gold Vader. This is a really nice gold. Yeah, C-3PO. I've got a gold C-3PO already, though. A different gold filament. One that's a bit more... Here. More brown. As opposed to a yellower... This is the Jesse PLA. This is the, I don't know, Filament 1 Gold or whatever. This is the Jesse PLA. So the Jesse PLA is a bit warmer. Hang on, am I close? Yeah. Okay, you can see it. So the Jesse PLA is yellow, a yellow gold. It's also got glitter. The other gold that I had is a bit more tan. So to tell you the truth, honestly, yeah, the Protocol Droid would probably be better in the Jesse PLA. As opposed to the gold that I used before. You're probably right. Get your drops in. Mark H dropping nukes. Dropping them bombs. Truth bombs over here. Do 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 do. So, what do we got? Oh, hey, let's raid Big Jano. We're going to raid Big Jano. He's streaming right now. I want to catch him, so we got to do it now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I don't want him to raid me. I want to raid him. Get your drops in. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the force be with you always. Thanks again for an awesome birthday yesterday. Get your Perillo Raider emotes ready. We're going to raid Big Jano, a friend of the channel and a member of the Locker Gnome stream team. Perillo Raider, get a copy to the clipboard. Boop. Okay, he's going to be happy. We got to do it now because I don't want him to quit. Thank you for joining for the print, the model building. I'm going to like complete that. The Oreo eating, the unboxing of the Luke Skywalker, the advice. We had quite a packed evening. Thank you very much for being here. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing after this, but I'm probably going to be making popcorn. So I'll see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Does that sound good? Right around there? Or somewhere thereabouts? Thank you for joining. Really appreciate all the support that you all have given over time. And certainly today. And again, any other kind of advice that I might be able to give, happy to do it, because I need fodder for the video discussion. Okay, we're in a Tusken raid, Big Jano, in 3, 2, 1. It's gonna be a surprise.
The idea that some have a habit of jumping things like that. Oh, absolutely. I'm all for the memes, you know. Oh, Chris Perot with the 34-person raid is the infamous Tusken raid. Oh my gosh, I'm not prepared. Welcome on in, everybody. Good to see you, Chris. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Welcome on in.
Yeah, I messed my print. Yeah, it's okay. It happens.
Welcome on in, everybody.
Woo! Oh boy.
2019, thank you for the follow. Before I forget, shout out to Chris Perot. Awesome content creator here on Twitch as well. And the leader of the Locker Gnome Geeks and Nerds team.